Hello everyone, my name is Florian. I'm Product Manager for Advantech, and today it's my pleasure to introduce you our latest innovation into Direction Cloud, SUSIAccess. SUSIAccess is based on our industrial cloud framework Cloud Builder, which is, as far as we know, the first industrial cloud application launched by Advantech already 2010. So SUSIAccess is offering you three main points. The first point is the power saving point. We have the security point and also the manageability point. All these 3 points allows you, if you have several devices placed in a big factory or spread it all over the country, to control, manage these devices from one remote place. Let's have a closer look on these 3 modules. The first module, the power saving module, provides you a power on-off function. The next point is the security point, which gives you the possibility of system recovery. The next point here would be system protection. And last but not least, the manageability group, which provides you remote monitoring. And we have in this group the remote KVM. Let's take a closer look on the remote monitoring. With the remote monitoring, you can do a lot of stuff, like you see all your systems, you can separate it for the hard disks, or you can look for the network connection. You see all the mail functions here. You can go for the mail functions and just select it. The next point would be the system protection point. With the system protection point, you can remotely protect your systems, and if someone is trying to run software which is not authorized by the administrator, you will get a warning or something similar. The next point is the remote on-off. With remote on-off, you can power on or off devices remotely. So you can see, you can select for all devices, you can select for all the powered on devices or for all the powered off devices. You will see the status of the device here, and you also have an overview here. The next point is the remote KVM. With remote KVM, there is no need to go to the devices, you just can stay on your place and get access remotely to the machine. You can install drivers or just change settings in your software or start software. And the last point we are providing is the system recovery point. With the system recovery point, you can take a picture of your hard disk, for example, and later apply it if something is getting wrong or if data is corrupted. So let's have now a closer look on our software and how it is working. Follow me. Okay everyone, let's have a look on the hardware. So I prepared a demo system here already. We have a demo system with the Advantech hardware, and we have 3 clients, also PCM9362, and on as a server we have a PCM9362 with an Advantech SQ flash card and an Advantech IDK 1115R resistive touch display with Advantech touch controller. So if you're starting SUSIAccess the first time, you will see this menu. You have the 5 points we talked about. You have the remote monitoring, you have system protection, you have remote on-off, remote KVM, and system recovery. So there's a second point, that's the agent. The agent is helpful if you want to connect a new device to your network. So let's start first with remote monitoring. If you're going to there, we see all the 3 devices inside of the remote monitoring, the device system temperature, the status of the HDD, and you also see the network status. If you want to see something more, you just double click on one of the devices and you get the device information like name, IP address and system status, temperature, fan speed, voltages, but also the hardware things. Like the name of the hardware, you can see it's an SQF, an Advantech SQF flash card, and also the network status, it is connected. Here you can also change the settings. If you're going to settings, you can select what you want to monitor and what the values are for monitoring. For example, if you have the voltage, you just double click and you can delete the voltage, or you can add or adjust the voltage. So you also can click on set alert, and you can set up if you want to become an alert if the network is getting abnormal, if the hard disk has problem, or if something with the system. You can set up the mailing list where you want to send it. So if you're clicking on enable, you can enter the mail server. It should be an SMTP server. It's quite easy and very convenient for you. So we don't want this function. Let's have a look on the next function. So you can press the home button to go back. Let's have a look on the remote on-off. With the remote on-off, you see all the devices. And for example, I want to power off the device 2 So I'm clicking here on off of the device 2. It will take a second and then the device will off. As you can see, the device is now off, and if you want to power on the device, there's one click on and it will take again a certain time, and then the device will be, as you can see, restarting and running again. Okay, let's go to the next, to the remote KVM. If you're going to remote KVM, we see our available devices, and let's say we want to connect to the first device. So we are just clicking on connect. It will take a second, and then a software connection is made to the device, and we will see the remote screen from the device. We want to explore the next function, so if you're going here, one of the next functions would be system recovery and system protection. If you're going inside, you can automatically install these functions on the system. I have not done it here, but you see all your systems, and you easily can click on install all. So all the stuff you can do here. If you have too many of the buttons here, you're just clicking to them and you're closing them. That's also very convenient. And keep in mind, you're coming back to the home with the home button. Let's see the agent. First, a look on remote monitoring. You see we have 3 devices, and now we are going on the agent and we are connecting the local host to the system. You can give a device name here. That could be Advantech PC, but that could be also everything else like factory bending machine or bending machine 1 or digital signage 1 or digital signage Munich, whatever you need. You're just clicking on save and connect. The device will be connected to the network. You can always change the server settings if you have to change it later. You can remote install Acronis, McAfee, or also SUSI and iManager. If we are now going back to our remote devices, you see the Advantech PC is now in 2 and everything is working. So there's the last thing to say. You also can adjust the cloud center. So if you're going on the settings on top, you can change the menu. We have a lot of languages and we are just continuously improving it. You can also go to German, English, or whatever you need. We can hide apps. We can change the wallpaper of the app. And there are also a lot of other things like system behavior, starting in the system tray so you don't see the application. Also, this is possible in the settings. Okay, thank you very much for watching, folks. I hope you liked it. Go to our webpage, download SUSIAccess, try it by yourself on our hardware. Give us any feedback if you need. Thank you very much for watching. Have fun with SUSIAccess.